Hey everyone! Sunshine Boat right here, Spiritual Alchemist, and we are live on Monday, December 3rd, 2018. Can you believe that we're in December already? Because I personally can't. This year has been rapid time expansion, rapid time collapsing, rapid growth, rapid transformation. It has just been a very fast, just amazing year. And I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick in a couple of places. But if you're joining in, I want you to go ahead and comment so I can know you're here, because if not, Facebook won't show me who you are. And also, let me know how this year has been for you. Has it been super fast? Has everything gone in like super speed, super motion? Let me know in the comments below. Put a 1, say, oh my God, yes, rapid, whatever works for you, okay? But yeah, so we're going to talk about this year. We're going to talk about rapid transformation, and we're going to talk about what's coming up and what to expect for 2019. So let's share this in the group. And I already copied what I want to write, so that way this goes quickly, because I'm learning, y'all. I am learning. But yeah, so let me know how your year has gone below. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and just comment replay, and that's fine. We've went ahead and shared, see on the phone, and we're going to get to it. So there's been a lot going on in the online space, I feel like, this year, and you can let me know if you feel the same way as well. There has been a lot of information that's come to light about just how things are done in a integral way, in a way that's within integrity for people. And there's been a lot of light shown on ways that are not done in integrity. And I feel like this is there's a plus and a minus to this. I'm very much a light and dark person, so I can see both sides, especially being an empath. So one of the things that is good about this is that for a long time now, because I've been in the online space since 2011, that's when I built my first website, right? And it's been pretty much a wild, wild west. So like anybody that could buy a domain name and could plop up a thing, if you're here, say hey in the comments below, that could pop up a domain name, that could, put something up there, pretty much had a business starting, in the early 2000s. And even 1995 with bulletin boards and that kind of stuff, because that's when we first bought our first computer, y'all, was 1995. My husband didn't see the point, and now he's the one that builds our family's computers. So just to show you how things go. But anybody that could slap up a website, could slap up a blog, pretty much had a business. And you didn't really know, there wasn't a lot of transparency yet in how people did things, how things were run, and how you could work with someone that was at the level you wanted to be working with, because anybody could pretty much say they were anything, and there weren't a lot of options back then to really peek behind the veil, so to speak. So like now this year and a little bit of last year, there's been a lot more transparency, and I hate that that's such a buzzword, and yes, I know I'm using a buzzword, but it's the best one that fits the scenario, right? So now there's a lot of transparency. There's a lot of, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's Yelp, there's Google reviews, there's all these things that basically let you know if a person is the real deal or not. And there's something to be said for trusting your own intuition. If you get into a working situation with someone and it's a great fit, or ahead of time that it's going to be a great fit, you don't usually need to even read the sales page, or at least I find that's the case for me. I very rarely read a sales page for someone. I intuitively know if it's going to work for me or not, right? And then the converse side of that is there's been a lot of call-out culture that degradates into, from time to time, mob mentality if you're not careful. And so I just wanted to shine a little light on that here at the beginning of that, like the light side and the dark side of it, because we are all made of both. Is that it's great because you're starting to, the ones that aren't really in it to win it, and I don't mean in it to win it in order to make money. I mean in it to win it in order to up-level humanity, in order to help their fellow man, in order to help solve a problem, in order to help you get out of your own way and into the life and the business and the relationships that you desire, right? Or at least that's my forte. So that's the good thing, is like those that aren't really credible or aren't really just the right fit for most are starting to fall by the wayside. And then those that are really in it because they care, those that are really in it because they want what's best for their clients and all of that are starting to rise. And that's a beautiful thing. And then just on the flip side of that, for the dark side of it, just be careful of mob mentality. It's really easy to read a post on Facebook, to read a post on Instagram or Reddit or any of those things, right? And find yourself pulled into the tearing down of someone, whether you have all the facts or not, because half of the people that comment on some of these things don't even know the context. Like, a name might not be mentioned, and it might be somebody that they love and admire that somebody's talking shit about, and they're all of a sudden tearing that person down too without even realizing it, because they became part of that mob mentality. So that's one of the things I wanted to touch on today. Before I got into like the personal rapid transformation, because I believe that that's a rapid transformation universally, globally, that's happening currently. And I feel like we're going to see a lot more of that on both sides. Hopefully not so much on the mob mentality side. I'm hoping that people are learning from their experiences this year to not carry that portion into next year, but we'll see, right? So rapid transformations personally and in my business mostly is what I wanted to talk about today. So last year was the year of collapsing what did not work, right? So some of you know I had a LuLaRoe business last year, and that I had some other consulting work that I was doing and affiliate relationships that I had, and some of them I still have into this year and I'm continuing into years to come. So that's, you know, really neither here nor there. But last year was a big year of saying what's not working and getting rid of everything that's not working. And I do recommend doing this annually. Like, what's working for you, what's not, okay? And then this year was about building at the beginning was about building what I thought would work and then fine-tuning throughout the year, making tweaks throughout the year. And that's where a lot of the rapid transformation has come from, because a lot of tweaks have been made and there's been a lot of rapid transformation within my life, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of that. So even people that I worked with, so like I have someone that I go to for Akashic record readings, right? And from April to June, like she was like, I don't even, like, this is crazy because I recognize you as the same person, but I kind of don't. So that is possible for you in your life. That is possible for you in your business. That is possible for you in your relationships. And I just want you to know that. Okay? So the other thing is, at the end of, with all of that, with the building and the tweaking and the building at the beginning of the year, and then my husband coming home and retiring from the military, and us basically being like, we haven't been together, we haven't done all the things, let's do all the things. And I paid less attention to my insulin resistance issues. Hey, Marsha, how are you, love? I paid less attention to my insulin resistance issues. Type of 1, Marsha, or just be like rapid fire or whatever. If this year time and transformations and all of that have kind of collapsed on top of each other and everything has been rapid transformation, rapid expansion, rapid everything for you. Because I'm really curious to see who else this is happening for. Okay. So like, I wasn't as focused on taking care of my personal health as I needed to be. So at the end of October, I basically asked myself, where am I not in integrity right now? And it ended up being my nutrition. So, hey, Ashley. Oh, 1, yes. Oh, girl, Ashley. It has definitely been a year of rapid fire everything for Ashley, because we've been in touch a few times and I know how that has gone. And I feel like we're overdue for another catch up because I kind of have this feeling that there's even more. One, yes, crazy, right? And I'm going to go ahead and just leave my glasses on so I can actually see your comments. So I changed that up. I switched up my nutrition in order to support my insulin resistance needs, and the transformation that's happening from that right now is rapid as well. But then I'm in a program and the question was asked, where are you not in integrity right now? And I decided to take a hard, critical eye to, and not hard as in harsh, as in being too hard on myself kind of thing. I didn't beat myself up, none of that, right? But like that hard critical eye that you take and you say, okay, this is what I've been doing in my business because I've been going, right? This whole time, this whole year, like you've just been like a freaking locomotive that couldn't stop if it tried, or at least that's what it feels like, right? So I went through and I took a critical eye to my business and I was like, so what isn't working for me right now? What is no longer in integrity for me, even if it was in integrity for who I was at the beginning of the year? Because right now I am not the same person that I was at the beginning of the year. And if you're having, Marsha, Ashley, whoever else is watching, if you're having a rapid transformation year as well, I guarantee you're not the same person that you were at the beginning of this year either, right? And that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. So the things that I saw where things were like, honey, where things were like not in alignment anymore for my business was I have a mastermind and I love it and I'm continuing that mastermind into 2019. But however, what I'm doing is I am actually making it a hybrid. Hey, Stacy. Oh, yay. She's listening while working. Okay. So I'm transitioning it into a hybrid model. So it will be a mastermind / membership. And I'm not trying to separate out the two. I don't feel like that's an integrity for me or my clients. And I feel like this is just going to take everything to the next level for them as well. Because it's not just about me. I mean, it is about me, but it's also about my clients. I hope that makes sense. Because if I'm not doing what's in alignment for me, then I can't help my clients do what's in alignment for them. I hope that. Are you tracking? Let me know if you're tracking so far. So that is being revamped. The other thing is, and I know this, I know better than this in my life, but there are certain things where you just fall into that old pattern, right? Where you're like, I'm never doing that again. And for me, that was podcasting. So some of you know, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you can go when this is done to the Alexa app and type in new flash briefing and type in Good Morning Sunshine. And then just click enable. And then each morning you would get a flash briefing of what I send out that morning. And yes, this is live in real time. I send it out each morning of something that's going to help you get your day started in a positive way, in a good way. It might be in a critical thinking way, but it's going to help you move the needle forward in either your life, your business, your relationships, and possibly all three, often all three. So on top of that, someone said to me, and Ty is my friend who said this to me initially, and then a couple of other people echoed it, but I think she was the first one to say, as soon as I told her what I was doing, because I kept it pretty close to the vest to start, as soon as I knew that I was going to do the Alexa skill, she's like, and this is going to be your podcast and your show and your this and your that. And I was like, wait, slow down, stop. Slow this train down. Can I just get the Alexa skill out first? And the reason being is, one, I had no idea how I was going to do it. And luckily I teamed up with a wonderful, wonderful woman who I've since partnered with on Alexa skills. So if you're interested in that, just PM me. That's the easiest way to do it, or send an email to hello@sunshineboatright.com, because it's not something I actively promote, but it's not something I want to keep out of reach for anybody who wants to do it. So then I would hook you up initially, and then you would do everything with April, and she is thebomb.com. Okay? So everybody else could see, and I could see it too. It's not that I couldn't, but I had said I was never going to do a podcast again. Remember the thing where I said old habits come back? That never say never thing? So we know, like we all know, or at least I'm pretty sure we all know from experience, that as soon as we say we're never going to do something, what happens energetically? That thing comes up and it smacks us in the face again later, and then we're confronted by it, and we need to either do it or not, but it's going to come back around. And so when I stopped podcasting, I had a podcast before anybody pretty much knew what a podcast was. There were very few of us podcasting when I started mine, and that was in 2008. And I had one from 2008 to 2009. It's not out there anymore, but it was called Rock and Rawtism, because, you know, raw food plus autism kind of thing. That's what I was doing at that time for my business. And it was fun, but it was hard because the tech wasn't what it is now back then. And so after I stopped doing that one, I was like, I am never, ever, ever going to do a podcast again because this shit is too hard and it takes too much time. And I had little kids, and I have a son with special needs, and I was running a business, and I was homeschooling, right? So only crazy people try to keep that up, and I was crazy for a while, and I'm crazy all the time. Like, let's just be honest. That's the other part of the rapid transformation. I'm no longer trying to hide my crazy, and I suggest that you don't hide yours anymore either. So the podcast will be coming in 2019. It might come before. Just depends on how fast I get everything done, and I'm not holding myself to a timeline for that, but I will definitely let you know when it's out. And so that is part of that process. There was so much more I needed to tell you, and now I just drew a complete blank. Oh, the other thing is I had a lot of fears come up this year. I started writing a lot more. I got disenchanted with Facebook a lot more because let's just be honest, the notifications have been insane. They only are just now getting back up. Groups have been like so good, and then all of a sudden things weren't being shown in groups, and I'm not the only person experiencing this. I've talked to fellow group owners and they've been through the same thing, and it's helped in this where's my business not in integrity part, because I was already looking at going back to basics. Like, where was I when I started in 2007? What was my main thing that I was doing? And that was, I was posting on my blog. I wasn't on Facebook. I didn't get on Facebook till I think the end of 2008. And I didn't get on Twitter or Facebook, and I haven't been on Twitter in forever. But I didn't get on Twitter or Facebook until somebody twisted my arm, and my businesses were fine. So, and I'm not saying that I won't still use Facebook, and I don't still love Facebook, and I will still use Facebook, and I'm still going to be here, and we're still going to go live, and there's going to be all that happy jazz, right? But Facebook is a platform, you guys. It's a platform. And so earlier this year, I made the commitment to start posting to YouTube more. I haven't posted as much as I would like, but I have posted more than I had in previous years, you guys, years. So that has started to happen as well. And I'll be blogging more. The other thing is I was trying to keep everything contained. I was trying to either write for my Facebook page or write for my blog or write for SEO or write for what I thought somebody else wanted, or write for what somebody else said it should be, or try to keep things contained in my videos, or try to keep things contained in my programs, or try to keep things contained in how I wrote and how I published and how I put things out there. But I don't know if you saw my post here on the page earlier, is there are some of us on this planet, and you know who you are. If this is you, you know it. You might have been hiding it. You might have been squashing it down. You might have been playing small because some expert, some guru, somebody that you paid money to has told you to be less than who you are because other people can't handle it. But I'm here to tell you, some of us cannot be contained. Some of us are an unstoppable force, and we should be that unstoppable force. We should be exactly who we are. We should write the way we're meant to write. We should show up the way we're meant to show up. We should not do what other people tell us to do because we think it'll be right, because more often than not, it ends up crushing our spirit. It ends up crushing our hope. It ends up bringing up unnecessary fears, right? So there's been a lot of evaluation around that. And so I've been writing, especially towards the end of this year, I've been writing a shit ton more, you guys. I've shared it in various places. Not everything will be shared publicly. Some of it will be behind the wall in the mastermind because I still know it's beneficial to people, but not everything is meant to be public. Not everything is made for that, and that's okay. But it's up to me and my discernment, right? Just like it's up to you and your discernment. What you decide is free is up to your discernment, not what somebody else told you to have free. What you decide to have paid is your discernment, not what somebody else told you to have. So getting back to the rapid transformation part and what's in alignment and what's not and what's moving forward for the rest of this year and into 2019, right? So, because the year's not over yet, you guys. I hope you guys don't think that you finished the race. I mean, if you decide to take the entire month of December off, then good for you, and that is your decision, and you are more than welcome to make it. But for those who have not decided to take the entire month of December off, don't say you're not taking the month off and then take the month off, okay? Because that's out of integrity, right? So, the other thing that's happening is, I don't know if you guys know, but I have certain one-off classes. These are about anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to complete, right? You can click the Shop Now button on the page, and I think it takes you to the Instagram collage class. But then you can just copy that link that's on there and go to the whole thing, and you'll see the different classes that are available. They are only going to be available now until I can get them all up in the membership portion of the mastermind. Anyone who's bought those classes in the past can expect an email from me soon of where to find their information. I'm no longer doing one-off classes like that. If something is an hour to an hour and a half training, it's going to have two options at this point. It's either going to be for free, either here on my page or on YouTube or on my website or all of the above or however it decides to look, or it's going to be put up in my mastermind. It's going to be behind the wall in the mastermind. And that's because for me, for some people, it's in integrity to have a bunch of one-off classes sit up there like that. For me, it's not right now. I don't want to spend my time driving traffic there. I don't want to spend my time creating passive things to drive my traffic there. And quite frankly, I want everything to live on my own space anyway, which is my website. That's the part of the interwebs that I get to have some semblance of control of. And that's the same thing for you. So if you're doing everything on Facebook, God love you, but at some point, get your website done. I'm not saying it has to be today, but get it done, okay? Because you never know. Like, I've had my Facebook account shut down twice over the years, and neither time was it my fault. Neither time was it because I did stuff I wasn't supposed to do. It was the first time they thought that my name was not my name, and I pretty much had to produce everything but a kidney to prove that I was me. And then the second time they shut down my account was because they said they thought I was hacked and it was for my protection, but then I still had to jump through hoops to get it back. So like I said, you don't have to build a website today, but at some point you might want to get there if you want to have control over your creations, your art, your information, your teachings, your everything, okay? So those one-off classes are actually going to go behind the wall in the mastermind. And I think some of y'all know by now, and if you don't, then here's the big secret. Me and tech don't always get along. We're not always fast friends. There are things that take me a while to figure out. And one of those things right now is Wishlist Member, which I am loving. I am loving the capabilities of it. I did purchase it in November. I'm still figuring it out because that's how the membership/mastermind hybrid is going to work, along with some Facebook groups and whatever else I decide to do with that. But the thing that I love about it is I'll be able to provide a trial membership. So if you're not in the mastermind yet, you can either get in it now before the price goes up, because once it becomes this hybrid model, the price will be going up. So you can either get in it now or you can wait and you can do the trial membership. It's totally up to you. But I love that I have that capability. I love that it'll be mine and on my site, and I'll be taking everything off of Thinkific once that's in place. So don't worry, I'm not abandoning the people who have already bought from me. You're still going to have a way to access the content because I'm going to send you emails with all the links of where everything's going to live now for you to have access to it. But it's just not going to be on Thinkific. It's not going to be yet another platform for me to manage, because right now and moving forward, my energies are best placed in my writing, in my messaging, in my videos, in my trainings, in my mastermind, in the health and vitality group that's getting ready to launch again. So basically, and this is just me telling you my thought process. You can do whatever you want. If one-off classes work for you, then that's great. And I love that. And you should do that, because I'm not going to tell you just because I do something a certain way that you should do it a certain way. But like, so basically if it's one-off classes like that, it'll live in the membership mastermind. But if it's 4-week classes, 6, 8 weeks, or like the health and vitality group, that ends up being a 12-week experience. So 90 days, 12 weeks, however you want to look at it. Those will be separate. Those will not be in the mastermind. And then I do have a 6-month experience coming that's actually going to blow everybody's mind. That's just a work in progress right now. So those things will not live in the mastermind, but they will live on my website. There will be portals, like everything. The containers that are going to be created are created as sacred spaces for those that I serve to live, love, learn, grow, teach, expand, and just completely crush their lives, their businesses, and their relationships. So what else did I say we wanted to cover today? I'm just going to look in my notes real quick because I did copy and paste that. Okay. So yeah, so how to end out the year strong. Don't slack. Like, if you want to take the time off, like I said earlier, take it off by all means. Like, I'm not here to tell you to work if you're not going to. But if you want to end the year strong, then keep to your commitments to yourself. You can make a commitment to me. You can declare it here in the comments what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's your job to keep your commitment to yourself. So if you want to post it here for public accountability, you can. But your ultimate job is to be true to you and to do what you were meant to show up in this world and do. So keep going with what you've committed to yourself to do. That is the best way to end out the year strong. Like, hands down, is honor the commitments you make to yourself and make real commitments to yourself. Don't just say, oh, I think I'll try this thing and maybe it'll happen. Like, make a commitment to yourself. And then for 2019, I've pretty much spilled the beans on what's coming from there. And I think you're going to see more and more and more in 2019 of people actually creating spaces and containers and art and messages and the things that really are not just a Facebook soundbite or a like flash in the pan type thing. There's going to be deeper connections. There's going to be deeper work that's done, and there's going to be greater expansion that's happening. So don't think that 2018 was the year of expansion and that's it. This is something that's going to continue to billow out as the years progress, okay? Because we're reaching a time in humanity where that has to happen. It has to happen. Because if not, then things that don't need to collapse upon themselves are going to start collapsing upon themselves. Like civilizations and societies and families and all of that. And so this is a time of growth, of expansion, and of rapid transformation. And then the one last thing that I wanted to let you know, this is kind of like the PS of the video, I guess, is that today is the last day for the special pricing. I said it was like holiday pricing / my son's birthday pricing because he turned 23 on the 26th of November, and that's kind of when I dropped it out here for y'all. Was today's the last day for the special pricing for transformation assessments booked for December. And then after that, they are actually increasing in price because I had way underpriced them. And of course, I gave a discount for the holidays just because it felt good. It felt good in my soul, and that's what I did. But the prices on that are going up, and the opportunities to do them because of what I'm creating the opportunities to do them are actually going to be less in the new year than they've been the past few months. And that's not a scarcity tactic. That's just me prioritizing my time and what I'm putting out there and what I'm going to be doing. So I wanted to let you guys know that. I'll go ahead and I'll post it in the comments below as soon as the live stream ends, that if you want to book, you can go book it. And yeah, so let me know below the rapid transformations that have happened in your life. Let me know below if you're catching the replay, because I always love saying hello to our replay viewers. Everyone is valuable. Everyone is valued here, whether you're live or whether you catch the replay. I love you guys. I will see you again soon, because actually showing up here is one of my commitments to myself. And it's not going to be an everyday thing. I don't believe in that. But you can best believe that when I have something to say, I'm going to come here and I'm going to say it to y'all, whether it's live or recorded video isn't the point. But I'll be here. Love you guys to pieces. See you soon. Mwah. Bye.